Sexuality is not a choice, it is a path. A lot of people, a lot of humans, they have this idea that we choose our sexuality here on earth. It is already predetermined, it is already predestined when we agree to come to this earthly realm. And one of the things I have realized that humans struggle with the most is acceptance for self. Acceptance for self for how they look, acceptance for self for how they feel, acceptance for self for what they truly desire when it comes to romantic relationships, sexual relationships. A lot of humans struggle to understand why they are gay. And when I pick up on this energy, it is typically men. Men have such a problem with accepting what they truly desire, what they truly like. The fact that another man is what turns them on. And my very first video that I posted on this channel was about sexuality. It was about what God thinks of gay people. And it's always been so silly to me that people really think that God does not like gays, that sexuality is a choice. Instead of just accepting that sexuality is not a choice, but is a path, is an experience that the soul is meant to have in this incarnation. You are gay for a reason. You are straight for a reason. You are bisexual for a reason. To experience what it is to be a human who lives within that scope. I see a lot of women are very accepting of their sexuality, but this is mainly for men because a lot of men will create these relationships and families and lead women on. Telling them that they love them, telling them that they are what they desire, when the whole time they desire another man, but they cannot admit that to themselves. They would rather die on the hill of denial than to live a life in their authentic truth. And when you choose to not live a life that is authentic to you and your soul's plan, you will never get to experience the things you were meant to, the people you were meant to connect with, the opportunities you were meant to explore, the places you were meant to go, all because you're living inauthentically. And the only person it is hurting is you. That is why there is so much chaos. That is why there is so much friction. That is why there is so much uneasiness within your life. It's because you're not living authentically. You're living out of spite, all because you cannot accept what you've chosen, who you chose to be in this life. God did not make you choose to be gay. Your soul, before you incarnated into this vessel that you are so blessed to have, chose this journey, chose this mission, and accepted it. And if they did not, you would not have been here. But the thing about life and being a human, when we come to earth, everything that we chose for ourselves, it gets wiped out. We completely forget. Some of the things that are part of our soul's missions, or part of our soul's plan and blueprint, we reject because of the families we're born into, the society, and the societal views that are pushed upon us since birth. And if you do not have a good family system who is very open, who is very loving, who is very nurturing and accepting, then it will be very difficult. And what I have realized is, and it's very ironic, there will be parents, men and women, who do not accept their sexuality, so they go to forge these inauthentic relationships, a heterosexual relationship with another, they create a family, they live life, but the whole time inside they're dying. They're unhappy because they have constantly had to suppress and reject and push away an integral part of who they are, what they were meant to experience. And the ironic part is that I have realized that when you live in an inauthentic way like that, God will send you your lesson right in front of your face. Typically, those people will have gay children, and the children will radically accept that they are gay. They will not feel shame. They will not feel discouraged. They will not feel all the things that their parents felt. They will choose to live an authentic life because God wants to show the parent, this is what we had planned for you. This is what you chose before you chose to come here, but you chose to reject, to suppress that part of you. And that is the irony of life. And that is the fun part about life. It is literally just all a game. And I lost my thought. Let me think. And that is why the things you suppress and reject about yourself will show up within your reality. Somehow, some way, God will put it in your face. And it will most likely trigger you, drive you insane. You may have hate, very strong rage, very strong emotions to those people who are living authentically, while you choose to be the most inauthentic version of you, a half shell of a human. Why? Sexuality is not a choice. It is a path. And you will never truly know what your path is and is meant to be if you're living inauthentically.